Ta-da. Da, 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 da. Oh, I got new stickers for the top of my computer.
Which ones?
I haven't put them on yet. They're sitting on my desk. Haley bought a bunch of stickers for the top of her computer, so she got me a couple. So I have to reorganize my stickers. I have to.
How do you organize it?
I really
Just put on top of the
don't.
other one.
I got Joy over here. We're talking about the stickers on top of my laptop. I like stickers. So.
What's up, Julio?
Hey,
What's up,
everybody!
Chris?
What's going on? Hey, from France. What's going on?
France?
Didn't they win yesterday?
No.
Did they
That
lose?
was but yeah, they won.
They won? I
They
thought they
won.
won.
Florida.
You guys are the best. No, you're too kind. I was first. It's okay.
Hi, guys.
Hey, from Florida. Hey, everyone. How you doing today? Welcome to the show. It has been a fun week. Has it? Has it been a fun week?
Not really.
I don't know what it's been. This
What's
week
up, Tony?
So for those of you, I'm sure where you live, we can officially say summer has started. It's
really
here.
hot.
It's hot. Yeah, I mean, and you Arizona, Nevada, Texas, you guys that 105. Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
you win.
Yeah.
But Mexico 2, Korea 1. Yeah, that was a good game.
Yeah.
We watched it.
I watch it.
We have the game on. It's so yeah. Yep, 1. Cool. Yeah, that was a good game too. We watched that one yesterday. What's up, fellas? 100 in Florida yet? No, it's been hanging out around like 92, 94 with 120% humidity.
Yes.
Running right now sucks. Trying to get acclimated to it has just been a nightmare. Oh, wait. This is Sports Talk with Dean and Fernando on 5-Star Car Stereo channel. Right now, running is like, I equate it to Fernando telling Fernando about it. It's like running in a sauna with an oven on.
Oh,
it's
it's
so,
crazy.
it's like,
I don't even know how you run.
it's
Honestly,
so,
because it's like
boom.
it's really, really hot.
Did you see Soundman has stickers now? He got
Yes,
stickers?
yes,
And
yeah.
he's got the little boom sticker.
Mhm.
We will be having stickers. We're going to announce that. Okay, so for the next 2 weeks, this is the last show for the next 2 weeks. That's not
Yes.
to say that Haley and I might pop in while we're on vacation just to say hi and
Yep.
talk with you guys. I'll take 100 degrees over a foot of snow, though. Oh, yeah, no question about it, Dean. Good name, by
Yeah.
the way. So the next 2 Saturdays, we're on vacation. There'll be a vacation vid. Fernando's going to stay here and play dad for a week. That's going to be great.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So no daycare for the child. So
Yes.
that'll be fun. Haley and I and the fam, we're going to Cali, as you guys know. Yes, vacation. Cannot wait. And Paul's doing a trifecta of all kinds of crazy stuff. He's like doing Nevada, Grand Canyon, California. He's driving all over that area. I'm like, no, I'm staying within the circle of Los Angeles. There's enough stuff to do. Yeah, it's a dry heat.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I'm sure it is a dry heat, but it still sucks to run in. So, but that's okay. That's
Yeah.
okay. So that's that. Now, before we get to the questions, I'd like to start the show by, you guys send us shirts, medium, large now. No one sold us shirts this week, which is cool. But I got the opportunity to get a product that I have wanted my whole career. Okay? So from the start of being a car stereo guy, looking at Car Stereo magazine, seeing one of these on the cover of the magazine from 88 through now, because I first started my job in 1990, I always wanted this tool. I've always wanted this tool, and it's just been sitting there going, hey, I finally got one this week, and it was the coolest thing ever. And I know you guys are going, all right, we'll tell us. So this guy right here, this suitcase, which I'm sure you guys have seen before in other people's. This is an audio control RTA.
Yeah.
That's right. This is the 3050A. This thing I think is circa 2004, so it's an oldie, but this thing is this is the workhorse. This is what you started with as an installer, was this RTA. They still use it today. If you watch Soundman videos, he kicks this thing out and he tunes his car with it. Most shops this is the RTA they have. I've always wanted one. Could never get one. I got one this week. I'm so excited. You know, it's doing this as long as I have been doing it. There's just certain things that I want that like I had or I've worked with and I don't have anymore. One of them is the Orion Beast, black or red. Doesn't have to function. I just want the heatsink. Honestly, I don't care if it works. I want the heatsink. I just.
So, okay.
I've always wanted one, and when I had the opportunity to get the heatsink, I didn't care because I was young and stupid. So getting my hands on this fully functional
is really nice.
Yeah, I was really thrilled to get it.
What's up, Victor?
It's great. We're gonna use it. It's fully functional, and that's cool. So I mean, we're still gonna be using it. Which brings us to audio control, since we're talking about audio control. If you guys didn't get the opportunity to check on part 2 of Fernando's Car Audio Lab video, that went up this week, where we put in, finally, the ACM audio control amplifiers. Those cool little ones we keep talking about. They went into the car. The lab is built. The lab is in. We can now do what we need to do, switch out amplifiers, add in DSPs, whatever we want to do. We wired for it. So check out the video if you haven't seen it yet. It's pretty awesome. I still want a Phoenix Gold. Yeah, I know, right? I'm keeping my wish list small, you know, because it needs to be small. So and I grew up with Orion. I have a 280GX, which was my first Orion amplifier. We have the heat sinks on the wall. Somebody asked what the amplifiers on the wall in the background are. It's basically a graveyard of amplifiers. So over the years, customers have come in to get new amplifiers installed, and they've had old amplifiers. Actually, I think every single one of those is dead. They don't work. There's like there's a couple Rockfords. There's a big ass acoustic on there. Couple kickers. We have a trio. We have a giant Rockford 2001. It's missing the front piece though, which kind of sucks because that was the coolest part. But those are all dead amplifiers that we just screwed to the wall. It's kind of looks neat. I look at it every now and then, and we also have a pull-out cassette player hanging over there that was really cool. There will be more car labs. Christian, calm down. And yes, we're going to do a DSP, and it'll probably be the one that you have in your car. So calm down, man. Calm down. Because they sent us one, and we're going to play with it. Right now, I'm out of it because Paul had to borrow it, but
we're going to.
Full speaker. Can you hook up? Can you hook up the RTA directly to the speaker output terminals? Yes, these you can, because this is these RTAs, like the little handhelds that we have, the PAA3s, the PAA3X. There's an NTI. I'm sure I'm not saying that right. NIT or NTI. There's a PAA6. Is that all of them? And there's a couple ones you can get for your laptop, I believe. They will do both electrical and signal. So there's two different types of things you do with an RTA. That big boy there will do both. And so when you guys see us use an RTA, you see us use the iTest mic. That is a sound RTA only. So when we put that in a car, that can only measure sound. So that's what we're using it for. When we use the PAA3 little handheld guys, those will do sound, but we never use them for that because we have the iTest mic, which has a much bigger display on an iPad.
Correct. We
use those strictly for electrical. So inside the settings, and that's actually my biggest beef with the PAA3X, the one with the new color screen, is I hate the adjustments on it compared to the older one. The older one, you go into the settings, you tell it what's your voltage range, boom, 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 set it up, boom. On the new one, you just kind of like tap the screen and it kind of changes, and it's like, really? Okay, cool. Not. So I find myself still using the old black and white one as opposed to the new color one, just because it's so much easier. And the boot time on the PAA3X is retarded. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean it's okay. I mean it in a bad way, but anyways, it sucks. It's like you hit go, you go do something else, you come back 5 minutes later, and it's just booting up. But it's like, whereas the old ones, the PAA3, it's like boom, on. It's like 110. It's like an old, it drives me nuts. So that in itself makes me wish I hadn't bought the PA3X.
But it's nice because it has a color screen.
So if it's okay, so Warbeard Red. Okay,
Yeah.
so if the video is still coming up with the name, finally we hit 50,000. There's something wrong with our webcaster. It won't allow me to change the video title. I've tried it a dozen times, so that's why I go back after the show and I change it.
Mm-hmm.
We're way past 50, but this stupid little box is just being a stupid little box. So the video always comes up and says that. So we've passed 50,000. We're at 60. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Tell your friends.
Yep.
Tell your neighbors.
Thank you
We
for
want more
Australia.
subscribers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really kind of silly. Sounds like Windows 10.
Somebody
Yes.
say, speaking of back in the day, does
Yes.
anyone remember the Solo X?
Yeah. Actually,
I found one for 300. It's worth it?
I don't know if it's worth it or not, but if you follow me on Instagram at 5-Star Dean, I just put up a picture last week or the week before last of a Solo X18 build I did in a Jeep Wrangler. I know a Jeep Wrangler, right? We put one giant Solo X18 backfiring into a Jeep Wrangler. The box was the whole size of the door. It was crazy. But yeah, those were really cool. And they were heavy as shit. I mean, they were really heavy. I don't know, no cussing. All right, I'll get
No
past
cussing,
that.
please.
Congratulations, guys. You guys are the greatest. Thanks, Clean G35.
And, yeah, I'm gonna
these
say nice
nuts
ride,
in the
Fernando.
house.
Next engine upgrade. Haha. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the next video in your car will probably be us adding some form of a DSP.
Yes.
I don't know if it's going to be... I don't know what it's going to be as far as which DSP.
We
Right
don't know.
now, we have so many other videos we have to shoot because sitting behind me in this box right here is the Kicker key amplifier.
Mm-hmm.
We have, as soon as we get back from vacation... We're putting that in Haley's car.
Yep.
We got some speakers because we put the sub in and she's cool with that. But now she wants some highs to go with it.
Yep.
So we're putting in the Kicker key along with some components up front, coaxials in the rear to complement the sub. So we got to do that video and get that going. So 60 on the way to 100. Yeah, I know. I want to get to 100 so bad.
All right, so
Yes.
it is worth it to get in a Rockford Fosgate DSR1 if you already have a Pioneer NEX 8200 NEX
Ooh.
with a Darling or R. What can I expect with the DSR1 to do that I can already do with the 8200?
Okay, so that's a great question. So 8200, 4200, 5262, any one of those previous to the new 44, 8400 models. The big failure in every one of those NEXs is that it's got all this cool stuff and it has no memory. None at all. The cheaper models, like a 24, a 23, 280, or 2800, the new 601, 501, all those radios have memory. So when you spend the time to set up the 13-band EQ and the time correction and the crossover and all that hoo-ha, and you go into the settings and the memory and you go save settings, and it remembers them so that when you have your car service, the guy disconnects the battery and you can go learn settings and it puts them all back in. If you have one of those older NEX radios, guess what? Boom, gone. Adding a DSR1 to any one of those radios, for one, you can make multiple settings across the whole thing. So you can have EQ, crossover, time correction, volume control. Each one of those can be like, so you could have like rap and time correction. No time correction for rap music. And then you could have wine and cheese music. Time correction for that. And you can go through and you can make as many memories as you want and then switch them on the app. So making memory is the key. You can actually, you don't have to worry about it. It's programmed into your iPad and you can go, I would like to change these. Boom, boom, boom. 2, it's a 32-band EQ as opposed to a 13-band EQ. So if you have a lot of work to do in your car, 13 usually gets the job done. It usually gets the job done. How's the weather? Hot, humid. It's so humid. It's beyond humid. It's so humid right now. You take a shower, you go outside, you need to take another shower. Anyways, so you have 32 bands of equalization, but you have independent equalization. So you can have a front EQ, a rear EQ, a sub EQ, or you could have a left EQ, right EQ, sub. So there's lots of equalization there. you still get independent volume control. It adds an extra channel, 2 channels actually. So if you ever did want to add, let's say, a center channel or whatever, you could. Or if you wanted to do a full component up front, meaning put a 4-channel amp on, let's say, a set of tweeters, a set of mid-range, and then still have rear fill, and then still have a subwoofer, you can do that with a DSR-1. So at the end of the day, for the money that a DSR-1's costs, which on the DSP market is minuscule.
Yeah.
It is minuscule. I mean, the price is ridiculously
Yeah.
low. And that's why they're sold out of them right now,
Yeah,
and why
exactly.
we don't have ours sitting on the shelf, because we had to. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yes, it would be worth it to buy it. Now, what's going to be hard? Auto EQ is gone. So if you don't know how to work with 32 bands of equalization,
Oof.
woo, yeah, there's no presets. So there's no pop, hall, jazz, stadium, whatever.
No.
None of that stuff is there. It has flat and whatever you set it to.
And here we go, buddy.
So
play with it.
There's that.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Wayne actually recently sent something to Big DeWeese.
Oh,
80s, 90s XTR 12s from
Yeah.
the mid 90s.
oh yeah, dude, I love it.
Really?
That's what we worked with. That was the subwoofer I ran forever and ever and ever was the XTR. Actually,
Nice.
in my home cabinets, I have 2 12s and band passes. They're the Cobalt. The original Cobalt 12s are in the band passes in my cabinet. The only difference between that Cobalt 12 and the XTR was the ferrofluid that they put in the XTR. Ferrofluid was a magnetic cooling oil-ish thing that they had put in the voice coil to help keep the voice coil cool so it wouldn't burn up as fast. Most people use ferrofluid for tweeters. Any news on Audio Control's DM18 Bluetooth module? Yeah, we
Yes.
talked about that. Go check out, we did a live stream last week on all the updates to Audio Control. So we talked, we gave you an ETA on that, everything.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that we got that one covered. Check
But
that
yeah,
out.
definitely is there.
Yeah. Yeah, DSR seems like you get a lot for your money. You do get a lot for your money.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, the DSR is a really cool tool,
Yeah.
and it's a tool. It's not the end-all be-all DSP. I don't think there's any perfect DSP. The one nice thing about a 608 or an 810, for that matter, is the input-output RTAs, and then also being able to overlay that over your output. So you have your EQ setting. Here's the thing to keep in mind, and then of course you have the 808, which is the Phoenix Gold that just does everything.
Yeah.
Everything you could think of, the 808 has it. Finding it can be, but it's there.
Yeah.
Download the software and play with it on all of them. Download the audio control software and play with it. See if it makes sense to you. The DSR-1. DSR-1 is probably the easiest one out of the group to use as far as turning the dials, but it's the least helpful one. The audio control will definitely be the most helpful one. The Phoenix Gold is set up a lot like the Rockford. It's kind of a hybrid. It's kind of like it's like a hard to use Rockford, unless it makes sense to you. And that's the thing. Everything has to make sense to you. You know, I'm a Mac guy, as we all know. If you put a Windows and computer in front of me, I feel like the guys from Zoolander when they were like, "It's in the computer," and they're sitting there trying to break the computer open. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, what channel do you recommend, or which one you prefer, the PDX V9 or the Rockford T1005? I have Power Series components T16S for the fronts and Punch 6x9s in the rear with an L5 12 sub.
112.
112.
All right. So PDX V9, which of course is your favorite amplifier, as opposed to the new hotness, which is the cool pack of cigarettes we like to call a carton of cigarettes, which we like to call the T1005.
Man, that's crazy.
Which one would you want to own? And I wish this was an easy, like, yeah, you need this one. And it's not. Because right now, like we said, the new hotness is definitely the T1005. We've been using the hell out of the T1005. We've been using it a lot.
Yeah.
The one problem with the T1005 that we've been like avoiding is the sub output. I feel like the PDX V9 has the same amount of power, but it just feels like more power. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So what we've been doing is when we have that situation where it's like we know we need more power than what that guy is going to give us, we've been doing the 404 and the 750 by 1.
Yeah.
You just posted a picture
Yep. Yeah.
yesterday or today
Mm-hmm.
on your Instagram feed, which is
Mr. Lopez.
where we took out a Pioneer 5 channel
Mm-hmm.
and we put in the 404 and the 750.1, and it is running now it's running two P3s. No,
P2s.
we went to P3s.
Yeah, well, the picture
Was
that was
P2s,
P2s.
now it's P3s.
Now we changed
10s,
it to
right?
the P3s.
10s or 12s?
Yes, 12s.
12. Two
Yeah.
P312s on the 750.1.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Now you have one L5 sub,
Yeah.
which either one of those amps should pound the hell out of.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough. I if it comes down to size,
Of course, the Rockford that will
Rockford's
be,
gonna
yeah.
win.
But it's like it's long.
it's long though.
It's
it is
long.
Like
so you have to see like
will
okay.
it fit?
Yeah.
because it's a carton of cigarettes. There's for
Yeah.
sure.
And also, like if you already have an amplifier like a 4-gauge wire run, the T
is gonna
like,
the T you're gonna have to get a distribution block to scale it down from a
To
4
a-
to an 8 because
yeah.
it only takes an 8-gauge input. Now I will say the one thing I love about a PDX V9 is the plugs. The plugs
Yes.
that plug into the amplifier. Now the
Yeah,
Rockford
awesome.
has plugs also, but
Yeah.
they are nowhere near the quality that Alpine puts on the PDX amplifiers.
Yeah.
Those plugs in.
Yes.
Yes. So
Done. Yeah.
that's a tough one. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. It is tough. All right. So.
okay. But
me-
take that and do what you will with it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, what are your thoughts on a Pioneer AVH 601? I'm planning on putting in a 2002 Chevy Cavalier. Ooh, Chevy Cavalier, 2002.
What does he want to do with it?
601 NEX. What do you think? It's a good radio?
601 NEX? Yeah. This AVH 601 is not an NEX. That's
EX.
not EX.
Yes,
EX. Yeah, the EX.
Yeah.
The 601 is nice. Here's my thought on, okay, so if you're an iPhone user, there is
Yeah.
no reason to buy any one of the 501, 601, 301. There's no reason to buy. If you're buying a 601, spend the extra couple bucks and get into a 1300 or a 1400 or a
Yeah.
1330 or a 1440
Uh-huh.
or the NEX, or I'm sorry, MVH 1400. If you're an iPhone user, there's no reason to buy one of those radios. It's
Yeah.
just go up to the NEX because it's like a $50 price difference. If you're an Android user, it's about a $100 price difference. I would still go up the extra $100 to get into one of those because for $100 you get Android Auto, for $50 you get CarPlay.
Yeah.
It's a nicer radio. The electronics, the sound package in it, everything about it is a better radio. $50 to $100. The difference is huge. Now, if you're going to be a primarily Bluetooth guy, cool.
Yeah.
Those radios are fine. But to me, I can never wrap my hand around about. It's like for $100, I can get what that? Okay, sure, I'll take it. But that's my thought. Okay.
All right, so I know you guys don't do many dash cams, but do you guys have any particular preference? Or do you guys just install what the customer brings? And here it comes.
There you go.
What is the name?
Thinkware dash cams.
All right. How do you test for actual voltage coming out from the radio? RCA, so you don't clip the subs.
Check out our amp dyno video. I'm sorry, radio dyno videos. We use an RTA, we use a SMD, and we use a voltmeter and a oscilloscope. You should get an idea of how to do it there. Essentially what you want to do is you want to play the 1000 hertz, you want to play the 40 hertz, you want to take your digital multimeter, set it to AC, and see what kind of voltage is coming out of your head unit while you're playing those. Most head units are going to put out anywhere between 2 to 4 volts, which we show you in the videos. That'll be a good idea. Now, as far as if you're trying to find clipping or distortion when it distorts, or like a SMD DD1 that does 5% THD, total harmonic distortion, you're going to either have to have oscilloscope or you're going to have the DD1. Now, if you want to pick up oscilloscope, we do have a video on the cheap oscilloscope, which we had to buy a second one of. Because after we gave it away, we thought, hey, why did we give it away? We should have it. So the scope meter here, I don't remember what the brand name, Lumi, this guy right here. You can pick up this guy on Amazon for like $70, I think. I think we have a link to it in dnftooldrower.com where our store is. That has an O-scope built into it, or an oscilloscope, the cool thing with it, and that'll show you where it's clipping. It's also a digital multimeter, so for $70 you can get the tool that every installer should have. That, a tone generator, which you can pick up the pack tone generator for like $35-40. You can pick up the install bay one for I think $10 cheaper.
Yep. You
should have one. You should also have an app on your phone that creates signal, frequency generator on your phone. Both Apple and Android, you can download a frequency generator on your phone. You should have one.
Yep.
And then get something that makes pink noise. If you don't have one of those, you can there again. And when you're on the meter section of DNF tool drawers, we have a pink noise that you can download.
Yep.
So these are all just basic stuff that you, as installers, should have. You could, for $100, you could get the scope and the tone generator and be this far above probably all the installers in your neck of the woods. And then just knowing how to use them, which we show you in the videos.
Yep. All right.
These guys are going to be like, what? Hey, which brings me to the next thing. Before we go on to the next question, for those of you guys that are installers and you're sick of being installers and you have 2 to 3 years of experience, PAC is looking for you.
Looking for you.
They need help. Hold on.
Yep.
It was here. Here we go. Oh, are you kidding me? Really?
Okay, so PAC needs
help. Technical support. So, if you'd like to field inbound telephone calls regarding products and installation assistance for retailers, end users, consumers, and multiple brand lines, answer incoming emails, requests regarding products, assist retailers, dealers, and end users with product proper installation, okay, you get it. Basically tech support, okay?
Yep.
If you have excellent verbal skills and communication skills, if you have a positive attitude, and that's why I get disqualified, and that I would never give this up. Excellent customer service abilities.
Yeah.
Must be very proficient with the computer. Just know how to use the keys. Customer attention. Close attention to details. It's funny how I screwed that one up. Ability to troubleshoot and problem solve mobile electronic installation related items. Must be very proficient with internet search engines in order to conduct necessary research. Know how to use Google. Must gain and maintain a complete understanding of the company's technical support products, meaning know what products they sell and how to use them.
Correct.
Work closely with engineers to help develop and maintain the proper line. If you have 2 years of installation experience in vehicles putting stuff
Car
in the vehicle.
stereos, yes.
If you're bilingual, definite plus. If you have MECP certification, total bonus. If not, you'll have 90 days to get it after they employ you. You don't necessarily have to live in Florida. They're entertaining all possibilities of quality people.
Yeah.
Give this email right here, this guy.
Make sure you send your resume.
Send him your resume. That is ehartman@ampglobal.com. ehartman@ampglobal.com. He is looking for a few good men or women that know how to know the sharp end of a screwdriver and know how to use it. So, if you're one of those guys,
send your resume.
Send your resume to him.
And you might get lucky.
Might get lucky. I asked him, he's not necessarily looking for somebody in Florida. He just wants good people.
Yeah. So, there you go. Opportunities.
Problem solving steps number 1. So, if you're an installer, check it out. Okay.
All right.
Back to the question.
Back to the question. And this show is brought to you by... No,
it wasn't brought to you by... he just came today and he says, hey. And I said, hey, why don't we mention it on the show? Because they're having a really hard time finding good people.
All right. So, you're welcome.
Yes. Okay, go on.
Dean, how many watts I can run on a stock Chevy Cruze electrical system? With an upgrade of the XS power battery, I'm looking around like 2,000 watts.
Ooh.
If that's doable.
All right, so here's the deal. When it comes to whether it doesn't matter what car you have. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the day, you have a stock electrical system. Whether you're doing a cool big 3 upgrade and hopefully your car's computer doesn't freak out when you do that. Whether you're doing, hey, from Puerto Rico.
What's up, Puerto Rico?
You know, the stock electrical system will get you so far. All right. If you're moving, if it's a daily driver, you're okay. You know, you should be fine for the most part. Now, 2,000 watts of real power, okay, not of sticker power, okay? And if you don't know what that is, watch Big D Wiz, Old School Car Stereo, and you'll see what sticker power is as compared to actual power, okay? If you have actual 2,000 watts of power, okay, that's going to be a tough haul right there, because even if you upgrade that battery underneath the hood, it's only going to store so much current. Now, if you've increased the capacitance of the battery underneath the hood, meaning you went from a small battery to a big battery, now it's bigger, it can hold more power. You're not going to be playing your stereo 24/7 while you're driving. There'll be a place for that extra power to go and store. You should be okay. Okay. Playing it smart is also another thing. If you're sitting at a stoplight and you're just annoying the piss out of everyone at the stoplight, guess what you're doing? Your car's not charging and your battery's going dead. Turn it down at a stoplight. That is actually will save lives, both yours and your equipment. Now, if you don't want to do any of that, then you have to increase the capacitance in the vehicle. You have to add a second battery. And then you're just increasing the capacitance. Now, how do you charge that second battery? There again, it depends on how you're driving your car and how you're playing your stereo. If you're not playing it balls to the wall all day long, and you actually have downtime to charge it while you're driving, great. It'll save all that energy. However, otherwise, you have the other option of putting a bigger alternator in it, which probably wouldn't be a smart move in that car. So then you have to look at the option of plugging it into the wall and actually physically charging it. Think of like a boat. When you have a boat, you go out for the day, there's no way to charge the batteries in a lot of the boats. Some of them now have alternators, but some of them don't. You need to charge that trolling motor. You plug it into the wall. There are devices you can buy to plug those batteries in the wall to charge those batteries. So those are kind of your options. It doesn't matter what car, those are kind of it.
All right, so I'm kind of confused. It is a good idea to combine a harness.
Wait, real quick. Does the second battery have to be the same as the first battery? No, it does not. And that's where the relay comes in. Okay, so like the isolator relay.
Bye, Sean. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. So if it's a daily driver and you're driving it every day of the week, back and forth to work, the relay, the isolating relay is questionable. Like, it's a good idea, but it's not 100%. You don't really need it. There's no real downtime where the batteries are beating up each other and one's charging and discharging. That doesn't happen that fast. However, if it's a car you only drive periodically, maybe 3 days a week, then the isolator relay is a really good idea to separate those two batteries so that it can sit and they don't discharge each other. No, as far as being the same batteries, no. Most of the time underneath the hood of your car, you have some kind of lead acid or possibly a plate-style battery. And then in the back, you're going to get something like your excess power or your Stinger dry cell battery, which are made more for car audio. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
All right,
battery
so let's see.
Battery isolator, no, batteries, the relay. You want the big relay. The isolators, I don't think anybody uses isolators anymore. You want the relay. Just get the relay. It's so much easier to install, and it's basically going to do the same thing.
Mark, friend says, same jeans and style shirts, so Fernando doesn't have to wear all ones. I like it. All right, that's awesome. It is a good idea to combine harnesses in the back of my Tundra. The stereo is crowded, and I still want to add more. For example, the frag harness and the cell phone mirroring harness. Yeah, so you can group harnesses together. You just have to be real careful when you're doing it. Yeah, I mean, we try to group stuff together as much as we can. There's really nothing wrong with it. You just have to be careful that you don't disconnect or reconnect or put something in the wrong spot. Alright, best entry-level touchscreen that will do Android Auto. Preferably under $500. Something that does Android Auto under $500? Yes. You have the MVH. Sony, you have the MVH, the 23 or 24. Yeah.
You have the Kenwood 6409. So there's a couple of them.
Yes.
I think with the exception of Alpine, I think everyone has one now.
Yeah.
So is it a battery relay? Yeah, it's an isolator battery. Pack-audio.com has it on their website. It's a pack. Just type in like pack battery relay in Google, and it should come up. It's a little round thing like this. It's got 2 big bolts and 2 small bolts on the top of it. If you want to see us install one, go back to when we did a Tahoe with 2 Pioneer amplifiers in it. It was Lolo's car.
Yeah.
We show you how to put one underneath the hood of a car in that video. It was in Install Diaries somewhere in the 90s maybe. I'm not sure, but it's I know it's either a Tahoe or a Suburban.
Yeah.
Gets a full Pioneer upgrade. It's something along those lines.
All right. So Ryan said, what do you guys do when a car doesn't have a pack or Metro dash kit, such as like the Fiat 500 or the 124 Spider? What did you do?
It really depends. Okay, so back in the day, we would have just made a dash kit. Okay, so we would have just sat there, figured out what we needed, used the factory radio to kind of get an idea of what needed to be built, and we'd build it. We'd cover it in some form of material or paint it. It was no big deal. The problem with the modern car is that it's not as easy as just building the dash kit now, because you have the smart harnesses and fun stuff like that. A lot of the times it's not worth it to try to build a dash kit because you don't know what's behind the radio. What information is that radio providing the car? That's why, now a lot of people are just into integration, meaning you have this radio, there's no dash kit, there's no wiring harness. We're just going to put a DSP on it, we're going to go from there. So it's weird, it's sketchy. Newer cars.
All right, Vince.
Bye.
This is a good one.
Pack 200. Yeah, that's it.
How do I test the polarity on the speaker if I don't have the tools to make sure all the speakers are in the same? How do I do it?
If you have an iPad, an iPod, or an iDevice of any kind, you can download a $5 app to your phone, and as long as you have an auxiliary input, this app is called Speaker Pop. And what it does is it puts out a
pop,
which it's not going to do. Puts out a pop, 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 pop. And then you literally take your phone and you go to the door, and if it lights up plus or minus, you just make sure all the other ones do the exact same thing.
Or
you go into DNF tool drawer, you drop a whopping $15 down on the table, and you buy.
Oh, like Tony said, you can use like 9-volt battery,
$15.
Yeah.
Right there. You can pick up this guy. $15, man. You spend more than that at McDonald's. Okay.
All right.
Next. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Jess.
All right. So let's see. I have a 2016 smart car with the JLC3 components in the front and nothing in the rear. Any suggestions for the rear, Phil?
Do you have a suggestion? I wasn't listening, so give him a suggestion.
Oh, I don't like the real feel, man.
You don't like rear feel?
No, not really. Yeah, that's why we disconnect lines.
Good call.
Yeah, I was like.
Okay, so generalizing when you're talking about rear fill.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you caught the last the one of the cruise videos, I think it was part 3. We were talking about. I called it timber. It's actually pronounced timbre.
Mm-hmm.
My bad.
Yeah.
Rednecks. Who knew?
Yeah.
Front speakers, very important.
Yeah.
Tweeters, mid-range, so if you're buying power series components up front, they have a characteristic. If you're buying Focal Access, you're buying Energies, you're buying Millis, you're buying Morels, pick a brand, okay? You're getting a series.
Yeah.
They have a certain sound to them, okay? Now you want to add rear fill. Well, they need to match the sounds. The sound needs to match. That's what timbre is. Timbre is the ability for all the speakers. So when you're designing a surround sound system for your home, you don't go buy some super crazy high-end and then put some $19 speakers in the ceiling, because when that... they sound like crap. Your car is no different. So whatever series you're buying for the front, you want to match the rear to that series. Now, whether you're going to be turning them down with a DSP and they're just effect, doesn't matter. You still don't want some chintzy tweeter back there that costs $5 going, and you're going, oh man, what the heck is that? So yeah, even though you don't need to spend the money, you should spend the money. You want them to match. So whatever's in the front, put it in the back.
You want the back. Yes, definitely. That was good.
Okay, good question. Robert says, does this one come with the disc? If it doesn't come with the disc, you can go to DNF tool drawer in the settings or in the where the tools are, where you're going to find this.
See you, Wayne.
And you can download the pop, pop, pop sound. We have a track there that you can download it from the disc. Because, yeah, some of these don't always ship with the disc. So we have it up there. We have three things up on the... We have three downloads, audio downloads on DNF tool drawer. One is the pop, pop, pop. One is pink noise. And one is the... I am left of center. I am in the center. I am right of center sound.
My voice should appear on the
so you
right
can download
center.
those three to a thumb drive, put them in your car. Bingo. Okay, so mine came with a disc. I tried to put a link to one that actually comes with a disc. But if you don't, it's on the tool drawer. You can download it there.
Yeah, don't panic. Alright, so what's up, guys? Planning to upgrade my stock sound on my Dodge Charger 2013. But I still use...
You have DCs in the front. They want to sell you energies for the back.
What?
It should be the other way around. You should have energies up front, DCs in the back.
Correct.
Yeah, no. No, DCs is strictly entry level. If you're an audiophile, DCs ain't going to do the job. Okay.
No.
Go ahead.
Alright, so I'm planning to do the upgrade on the Charger 2013.
Yes.
DIY.
Yep.
But still use the stock unit. Already have a PDX V9 and the LC7i.
Okay.
Do I need to run a new speaker wires? I also have a Hertz 690.5. Thanks.
It's going to be real hard to run new speaker wires in that car just because they use Molex plugs in the door, so it's a click in the door. So you no, you don't have to run new speaker wires. If it is the non-amplified system, non-amplified system, just make yourself a T-harness behind the dash. You can get one from metraonline.com now. They sell one for their DSP that they make, so you can buy their $15, $20 harness, cut it up to the way you need, and connect your LC and your amp to it. Real simple there. You can also grab the wires in the kicks or at the speakers. A lot of times that's what we do, like a PDX V9. It wouldn't be a bad idea to go ahead and run wires up to the kick panels, like a 16 gauge wire up to the kick panels, and attach it there. Just let it run into the door with the factory side, so you only have like 2 feet of factory wire. That's not a bad idea either. And then of course the rears are real easy. You just go up to the rears. If it has a premium sound system of any kind in that car, like the Alpine, the Beats, the Harman, Infinity, you're going to need an Amp Pro, not an LC. So, because the Amp Pro will actually just plug in, and then if you have the outboard amplifier for the premium sound system pack, which is the Amp Pro, who makes the Amp Pro, they also make a T-harness so that you can get all your wiring at the amplifier.
Alright, so hey guys, I have a question. I have a T265-2S on my fronts and the T1692 on my rears, powered by the P404 punch amp. I got the T404, and now I can bridge both amps to run my front and back as well.
Yeah.
And my P312.
Yeah. Or the T-Series components from Rockford are bi-ampable, meaning if you look at the crossovers, there is 4 inputs and 4 outputs and a jumper on the inside. That might be a better option instead of bridging the amplifier. And if you want to know more about how I feel about bridging a Class D amplifier, check out our podcast. That's right, we do a podcast. We try to put up one a week. You can find it on iTunes, you can find it on the Google Play Store, and you can go to Podbean with a B, and you can download it. Sometimes bridging Class D amplifiers isn't the best move because they're Class D. The lower the resistance on a Class D amplifier, the more opportunity it has to not sound good. So running it bi-amped might be a better option than actually bridging it. it'll probably sound better in the end. Something to think about.
All right. So, hey guys, do you have any Save It, Tune It app tunes for Alpha and Save It online to download?
No, we never did that.
No.
Also, a guy was on here just asking about Toyota three-way set, a three-way set for his Toyotas.
Yeah.
The most affordable three-way set out right now has to be the Focal Access three-way set. For sure.
Yeah.
It comes with the little 2.5 inch, the tweeter, the 6.5 inch mid bass. Really nice sounding set. So I would check out Focal. Also, Morel makes some really nice three-way sets that have a reasonable size mid-range. I don't know what the pricing is. It's probably way crazy price because they're Morel and they're awesome and they're expensive. But the Access Focal three-way set is going to be your really good, fair-priced, nice-sounding three-way set. We actually just got done redoing a Corvette that we had done previously that has the three-way Access set in it. I had forgotten how good they actually sound for the money. So something to think about.
All right. So if for all those people that are looking for dash kit harness, you can go to packaudio.com, Metra electronic.com.
Which brings us to John Austin there. Guess what? He has an 04 Chrysler Pacifica.
Yeah.
Guess what? You got the car. Sell the car. You don't want the car. The car is a nightmare, and it's a stereo nightmare. The amplifier's in the trunk somewhere.
It's not you. It's me.
The only company that's going to have anything for that is going to be MetraOnline.com. And it's going to be a nightmare. Focal Access also sounds really good. That's what I said.
Yes,
it does. We said that. Okay.
We said. All right. So, Dean, the audio control DMA10 Bluetooth module control will only be controlled or adjust with an iPad or with an Android?
I have no idea. I'm thinking it's just iPad. The only thing they showed in the video was iPad. So I'm going to go with iPad for right now, but we'll see soon enough. Sunny California here. What's up, guys? I hope it's just sunny but cool, because I'll be there next week.
What's up, Peter from Sweden?
5, 6, 7 more days, something like that. The amps keep getting hot. I didn't see the first part of that question. Just did an IDT and Focal Access, took out the Bose. Focal, so much better. Totally agree with that.
All right, so 2012 F-150 FX. Where do I get signal from the stereo or from the output of the amp? Keeping the stock Sony system.
What kind of car is it?
F-150.
F-150 with a Sony system, that needs an Amp Pro. That's right. Thanks for playing, kids. Go to pack-audio.com, type in your make, model, and year. And when it says Amp Pro, that's what you want. That's going to give you a 5-volt preamp level output, non-high level to low level adapter. That's right. It turns your factory radio directly into an aftermarket radio. It allows you to have 6-channel preamp output, but also keep and retain all your factory speakers. So if you're just adding a subwoofer, you can get a non-fade, non-fake engine noise, non-volume, just no crappy signal, plug it directly in an amplifier and have an amazing output. If you decide you want to upgrade your highs, you can buy their T-harness that they make that plugs into the Sony amplifier, bypassing the factory speakers and giving you wires that you can easily hook up to a 4 or 5-channel amplifier. It is an amazing tool. If you're trying to hook up a line level converter to that car, bang your head into the wall, because that's just dumb.
All right, so let's see. Were you guys gonna do a dyno? Yes, from Sweden. A dyno on the 44 NEX.
We're going to do dynos on all those radios as soon as we get back from vacation. So we're going to do the 44, we're going to 9904, or 9905, we're going to do them all. We're just going to put them all up and just boom, 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 boom. One night we're going to just bang out a whole bunch of them so that we can get them all out.
All right. My car has tweeters in the front, near to the windshield. Will be okay to install some Focal components with mids and tweeters in the door and leave the factory tweeter so I can have 4 tweeters.
Okay, if you're going for soundstage, no. Plain and simple, no. If you're going for volume, yes. So, this brings me to a car that we recently did this week where, I don't remember, Mazda maybe? Okay, so it was a Rockford. Rockford used to punch series speakers. They used to make a really cool set of components that came with 2 tweeters and a mid bass. You could mount it in multiple different ways. So you had a mid bass, You could make a coaxial, so you have one tweeter in the mid bass, and then you'd have a second tweeter to mount. So you could put a tweeter in the dash, tweeter in the door, one in each location. So it was basically a mid bass with 2 tweeters. They were loud, and that's what they made them for. Staging sucked, because tweeter come from everywhere, just. If that's what you're going for, which there's nothing wrong, we talk about that all the time. Everyone's like, oh, no, it doesn't image. There's no, whatever. If you're going for loudness, and yes, a lot of people do. I know it's crazy. 2 tweeters is fine. I used to do it all the time. Guy'd come in and be like, I want 4 12s. No problem. How are you going to compete with that? All right, we'll put a set of coaxials in the door. We'll put a set of tweeters in the dash. Rockford makes the T1, T2 tweeters that are just amazingly loud. Oh my God, and you guys that have those, they're like, damn, man. So what we do is we'd put a set of T1 or 2 tweeters up in the tweeter location along with whatever mid-range tweeter combo, coaxial we were putting in the door to compensate for the fact that they were just going to be getting the back of their head blown off. So it's doable. It's just what you want your system to sound like. If you're trying to go for what I think with Focal, it just seems like no. But there again, it's you and what you want. Focal can be loud. They're a great loudspeaker. Okay.
Alright, so this is probably another question. Same. Will I notice much difference in if I amplify my tweeters rather than running for just the radio?
We have a video that is said, basically I think the name of the video is don't run your tweeters off your radio. Don't run your tweeters off your radio. Pie them in with an amplifier. That's what they're there for. Tweeters, very little effect on the amplifier. It's a tweeter. It barely moves. You want to run them off of something other than the deck. And the reason for that, which we explain in the video, is quite simple. When you're turning up the volume, and if you've watched any of the radio dynos, you see that the radio's amplifier dies out at like 24.
What's that, Jesse?
Preamp level output. Oh, Jason's on? Okay.
No, Jesse.
Oh, Jesse. The RCA section will die out at like 38. So you have 24 to 38. So if you set your amplifiers up for the preamp section and you want to turn them up to 38, well, by the time you get to 38, the output of the amplifier on the radio is gone. It's just straight up clipping and just. Okay, so your tweeters are just getting hammered. So now you say, okay, well, I'm going to set them up for the radio. I'm going to set it up. I'm going to tune for 24. Perfect. So now you go to tune for 24. Well, guess what? You got to turn the gains on the amplifiers up so high because the voltage output of the radio is next to nothing that you now have the opportunity to introduce noise into the preamp section of the amplifier because you have to turn the gains up too high. Not to mention you have that one stupid friend that gets in your car and he's like, bro, man, crank it up. And he turns it up to 30. Now the input in your amplifier is going crazy. Boom. Dean's clone is violent tonight. Sorry, guys. Being expressive tonight. I like to think of it as expressive. So now you blow all the speakers. So run the tweeters off the amp. Real quick, guy asked what was the biggest system I'd ever done. And I had to think about it. The biggest system, we did a system for Gary Sheffield years ago. And it wasn't huge like a lot of speakers and stuff like that. It was just huge because at the time, that was back when everyone was putting PlayStations and Xbox.
Thank you, Tony.
Thanks,
Good
Tony.
night.
Xboxes into the cars.
Mm-hmm.
Kenwood also had an 8-inch touchscreen headrest monitor that had a TV tuner. So it was like 4 8-inch touchscreens in the headrest, a 10-inch screen in the dash, Alpine amplifiers in the back. And it was just like it took us a week to do this because I think there must have been 1,000 feet of cable in this car. Trying to get, because there was like 5 tuners and 2, it was a ton of stuff. But I think I have pictures of it in my album that I will go ahead and try to post on my my Instagram this week or this weekend.
Yeah.
So if you see an image of a car that has a 10-inch touchscreen in the dash, I might have already posted it. I'm not sure.
I think so. That was a Tahoe.
It was a Tahoe.
Yeah.
It was a Cadillac Escalade.
Oh, really?
EXT with the turbo.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was probably one of the most expensive systems we did.
Okay.
Back then. It was stupid money. But as far as like the biggest, like a lot of stuff, probably was when Nathan and I built his car. He had a Bonneville. Nathan is now product manager at Amp Global, runs PAC. He's one of the reasons why I have such good connections there, and he's a friend. We built his car, and he had 8 Orion XTR 15s in the back seat. We took out the back seat. We had 2 Orion Beasts. We had golf cart batteries. I believe in the doors we had something like 9 pairs of, or 8 in each door. Morel 6.5 mid-range and mid-bass, plus like 4 tweeters at each door. I believe he had 2 Orion Beasts, 3 Orion 275s, and 3 Orion 250s, SXs, all SX stuff. It was an insane build. It didn't last long because the car's suspension couldn't hold all the weight. It took us like 2 weeks or a month to build it. It was retarded. But I think that was probably the biggest system I ever built. Okay.
All right. Oh, you already read that one, the DG one. I have a 2006 Yukon Denali XL. I have 4 headrests, TVs, and 2 visors. TVs. When can I get a great power and ground I can tap into? And how do I get my cigarette lighter ports to shut off?
Okay, so what year is it?
It's a 2006 Denali.
2006 Denali is still going to use an analog ignition, meaning it's a wired ignition. So I believe it is. I'd have to check. If you drop the knee buster down and you pull the column down, if you still see a big run of wires going up to there, I'd have to look on my phone. I don't actually remember when they switched to the whole body control module for start. If you see giant 12 gauge wires running into the column, you're in luck. There's a pink one there. The pink one is accessory. There's an orange, the pink one is start. There's an orange and a brown, which are both accessories. Those are going to turn on and off with the car. They're 12 gauge. Those are great wires to tap into to do whatever you want, okay? Because they're 12 gauge. They hold a ton of amperage. You can come off of those with pretty much anything you want. If you want to tie your cigarette lighters into those so they turn on and off with a key, it's a great place to go to do it. You can also add a relay to them if you want to. Use the existing constant 12 volts, run it over to the ignition or the accessory, and then you can turn them on and off with the key and use the existing power they have. You're just going to tap into those for the relay. So there's a lot in that car. Easy stuff to do. Okay, TM608 have jumpers for isolating signal noise. Look at instructions. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you guys do a lot of Mustangs?
No.
Can you guys make a show?
Can we make a show about what? A Mustang?
About Mustang.
I think we did.
We have a few Mustangs. The yellow one.
Well, the thing is we've done a lot of them, and I think we filmed them, but I don't know how many are up and actually on this, like we've edited. Because we had the 911. I don't know if that ever made it up. Actually, it's funny. Monday we're doing Monday and Tuesday we have the Mustang that we're going to be doing. We're going to film that, but God, that probably won't be up till December. But yeah, I don't know. We do a lot of Mustangs. We don't do as many as obviously F-150s. Mustang's weird. Mustang Camaro guys are weird. We do a decent amount of them, but nothing like all the time.
Yeah.
Please recommend me something from a 93 Corolla. I want Bluetooth with tons of mid-bass. I'm not trying to spend too much money. All right, so Fernando, tons of mid-bass. What do you want if you want tons of mid-bass?
The 7-inch Kenwoods.
Exelons.
Yes.
Yeah, 7-inch Kenwood Exelons. They make a coaxial. They make components. They make 4 versions of the speaker.
Yep.
Very reasonably priced. We call them the mid-bass monsters.
Yes.
As far as if you want something with just Bluetooth, check out any one of the entry-level Pioneers. The 201EX has Bluetooth that's totally affordable.
Single DIN because that's a Corolla.
If you need single DIN, then check out the 1000 or the 310.
Yeah, I mean
the 310.
Yeah.
They make if it won't fit the 7-inch, go right into the 6.5 Exelon.
Yeah.
You could also get the 301 Kenwood Exelon if you want to keep it all Kenwood. Check out the Exelon 301 or the 303 or 305, the 300 series. That's really nice, has Bluetooth, a lot of features, good price points. The question of the day, do y'all install alarms? Yes, we do about 10 a year.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's why there's no videos on them, because we really don't do a ton of them. And The real reason is, in order for you guys to install alarm, you need access to the information database that we pay a great deal to have access to. So it's like, if we do an alarm video, you guys don't have access to that information. All we're going to show you is like, hey, look, we have this cool sheet of paper that tells us about where these things are at. It'll be a real boring video.
Yeah.
D, have you put a 80 PRS in your Camaro yet? No. Probably not going to. As much as I want to, probably not going to.
No. And if you want prices, if you're gonna know how much it's gonna cost the installation, please give it a Paul a call. He will give you the prices.
What speakers would you pair with the 201EX? There again, Kenwood Exelons, nice. If you're looking to go cheaper than that, regular line Kenwoods, or even the TSA Pioneers. They're really nice, affordable. Definitely, they're right in there with that.
All right, so thousands of Terrains and Equinox vehicles out there, but
We
I
don't
never
see a lot of
see
them.
you guys doing them.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any recommendation for base besides the steel box?
No, not off the
I
top of my
have the
head.
Denali with the factory Pioneer.
I have no idea. I got nothing. If you have the Cherokee with a 1.5-inch DIN, go to metroonline.com and check out. A lot of those now, they make a double DIN replacement dash kit for, so that you can put a bigger radio in there. So definitely want to check that. Go to metroonline.com, put in your make, model, and year, and see if they make the new double DIN dash kit for those. Because a lot of those older vehicles, they went back and are making double DINs for. How much are the 7-inch Kenwoods?
Okay,
I honestly don't know. We don't know prices.
What model is your router table?
We have two Jessams.
That's it.
We have the black and gold universal, and then we have the silver or gray one that is specifically made for the Porter cable. I will say this: if you have a Porter cable router, just buy the Jessam that's made for your router. It's a ton cheaper. I mean, a shit ton cheaper. So the universal is neat, but they do the same exact thing. So definitely not worth spending the extra money to get it. I was silly at the time. I was like, woohoo, I just spent money. Dumb me. I bought the second one obviously not too long ago, and I was like, why did I spend all that money? I could have got two of those, so whatever. All right, guys, listen, it's been an hour. We like you guys to go on and enjoy the rest of your weekend. We answered as many questions as we could. Thank you guys so much for coming. Now, like we said, this is going to be the last Saturday show for the next 2 weeks. We might pop in and out, Haley and I, if we have time. I'm not promising you anything. However, we still have the Monday show on Facebook to do. So definitely, if you want to see our one more time before we go on vacation, check out the Monday show. It will be rebroadcast again on Tuesday. Podcast. We have 15 episodes of the podcast up now, all right? Who knew, right?
Yeah. Christian, I like the amplifier. Audio control amplifier mini amps. They're really nice. I like it.
Actually, they're awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I plan on having a great vacation. I will be in California. I'm looking forward to it.
See you, Bismarck. See you, Nelson.
I might try to stop by a couple shops. I tried to do that in Hawaii. It didn't work out, but we'll see what happens. I have a free day, so Haley planned in a free day, so you never know. We might actually be able to go check some stuff out in Cali. Remember, if you're an installer and you're interested, give Ernie, email him your resume. If you need tools, we've mentioned it a bunch of times, D&F Tool Drawer. Definitely go there, pick up your tools. We appreciate it. Every time you guys go there, Amazon gives us a little bit of money, which is nice. You can see it. It's good. Okay. You're good. And, of course, you can get shirts at teespring/store/5star. And we're on Patreon. If you guys are Patreon and you like to give us cool Patreon stuff, we thank you guys so much. This show is all about you. We love doing it. We love you guys. Sorry we're leaving. Don't be sad.
I know.
It's all good.
See you guys later.
You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Be safe out there. We'll see you on Monday. And if we don't see you on Monday, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
See ya.